Hello, YouTube. Thanks for joining me again and welcome to Kalapolis. My name's Kino and we're here today in this brand new mangrove swamp biome, which introduced the aptly named mangrove trees. Now, these mangrove trees are very different from the normal trees in that they've got these great roots that splay off and come out of the main trunk itself. As we can see here, these trees can actually grow in water. Now, along with the mud blocks, which we're just about to jump across, these make up this fantastic new biome. The mud blocks also give us a new building block. We've got mud bricks, we've got compressed mud, we've even got muddy roots, which we can now make stuff with, and they look amazing. Here we've also got a quick snapshot of the two new mobs, the ally and the frog, which I'm not really too sure what to do with yet. Going back to the mangrove tree, these are the blocks that these produce, and it's an amazing red colour, really bright and vibrant, which does disappoint me because the villages in the mangrove swamp are still made of acacia wood. Why are they not using the great mangrove wood? Anyhow, maybe that's something we'll come and do later, but for now, these mangrove swamps do look amazing. They look very much like the bayous of the southern states of North America. But that's not what I want to show you in 119. I want to show you this biome. This is the second biome added in 119, and this is the deep, dark biome. So you can be caving and you will come across these rather sinister looking green blocks, which almost feel like they absorb the light, making it darker and scarier than normal. So if we take some night vision potion, we can have a little look round and just see how dark and scary this is. Now these blocks, these sculpt blocks, they actually shimmer in the light, making them feel like they're alive, which leads to the lore that they are some sort of alien or biological life form that's almost taken over the area, making it even more scary. Now these aren't the only nasty blocks here, because the most dangerous block is this skulk sensor which I'm setting off. And this is set off by vibration and noise, and is even more dangerous when you find yourself here. This is an ancient city, and it's amazing. This is the largest structure that Mojang has ever added to a game. It's an underground structure which is dark and sinister and really, really dangerous. Now, if we turn the lights on, we can just have a look how big and how vast this is. At 200 blocks in both directions, it's the biggest structure you can find in the game. It's made up of various monuments and walkways and temples, all built around this centerpiece, which is some sort of statue and almost certainly a portal. We obviously haven't had that confirmed by Mojang just yet, but it will come. Now, this used to be a bustling underground city that's been built up over the years, but you can see where it's been abandoned, the skulk has almost taken over. And that leads us to the block that we just saw, the skulk sensor. Now, on its own, it's not that dangerous, but paired with a skulk screamer, which we can see here, it's deadly. As you can see, the mobs below are setting off the skulk sensor. And if you set it off too many times, that is bad news. We'll jump on top of it here. You can see that it's let out a scream. And that scream summons this bad guy. This is the Warden. He is the most deadly mob in the game. And he's not a boss mob because you actually don't get anything substantial for defeating him. But he will take over 100 arrows to defeat. He ignores nearly all enchantments and will kill even the most never-righted up armor player in about 3 hits. Now this is even more of a problem in Bedrock if we look at this spider, because mobs should not spawn in the ancient city. However, currently in Bedrock there is a fault, so mobs are spawning down here. Now these mobs wander around and they upset the warden, which is why his heart beats faster and faster. And the more upset he is, the less likely he is to go away. And that's a problem because these mobs keep the warden out for longer. So if you've accidentally got him out or set off the Skulk Shrieker, he's not likely to go away anytime soon. Also, in a worst case scenario, these mobs can actually summon the Shrieker, the Warden. Oh my god. Now, why is that a problem? That's because there is Skulk Shriekers and Skulk Sensors everywhere in these ancient cities. So a Warden is more than likely going to be called. So I decided to do just that. I decided I was going to take over this ancient city and I was going to make it safe and I was going to live here. So first thing I had to do was find one. Now I know that they are down in the deep slate below about -40, somewhere around there. And I know that they tend to generate underneath the mountain biomes. So I found myself a mountain biome and I strip mined. And I strip mined. And I strip mined. For nearly 2 days and a number of hours, I produced strip mines that as far as the eye can see, travelling up and down and up and down. Till I decided it wasn't really working. So I jumped on YouTube, decided to have a look to see what success other people have had. And it would appear that caving is now the way to go. So I stocked up on my night vision potions and I found myself a big cave a couple of thousand blocks away in another mountain biome, which I jumped into and just started pondering around collecting resources and ores. As we know, this is the best way to collect ore and resources now because these new caves are so vast that everything's out in the open and there's an abundance of just about all of the general materials we need. So at this point, I had pretty much given up on finding the ancient city. I was pondering about working my way down, the idea being that if I can find some deep slate, then perhaps I could just get lucky. And just like that, in the corner of my eye, I saw blue. Now, the ancient cities generate with blue carpets and blue soul lanterns. So I was certain I may have just hit the jackpot. Now, I needed a closer look. So I worked my way carefully down to the edge, obviously being careful of the mobs up here. And just like that, I looked below and there it was, the ancient city. And I had finally found it. So, to make my way down there, I jumped myself into a waterfall and I slowly lowered myself down. And if you want to see how I turned this dark, dingy, and ridiculously dangerous ancient city into this bright, bustling, atmospheric metropolis underground, then please do catch me on the next one. If you've liked what you've seen, hit that like, follow, and share button. And please feel free to comment. I'm always open to constructive criticism and ideas. It's been great to have you on board, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Remember, build like no one's watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.